There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them. There's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked, as these two are in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Seminoles will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Football with the run. Runs through a tackle. He's all the way out to the 32-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. No Cam Scatterboo this season. Guys, he was the definition, all-purpose workhorse back a year ago. He put Arizona State in the national spotlight. David, how do you replace a guy who was not only so productive, but was really the heart and soul of the team's identity?
Well, you know what's nice, Reese? It's nice to have a quarterback that's a superstar, a budding superstar. Sam Levitt is that guy. Can run it, can throw it, showed so much moxie.
There he goes. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Arizona State.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
At the outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats. Sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie. And guys that maybe they weren't runners, but, man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better. And you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Off the boot, looking for his man. And as he throws, finds his big tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target.
Turning it on! They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll move the wide receiver. Might as well give it to him again. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Bringing the heat. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put them down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And we've already seen it a couple times now. Like, he is more than willing and actually quick. He's quick to get those puppies moving and get out the pocket and go scramble and make a play. If this defense is paying attention, his feet is a big part of this game plan.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone.
Let's go. Indy.
Might be changing the route. Back to pass on 2nd down. Snags it. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own.
153.
On the ground. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
tried to throw it in last time and didn't get it. Still needing 2 yards on 3rd and goal. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Crosses midfield. The 30. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Give from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He might want another play. Second down, he'll throw it. Going deep. Pulls in the deep ball. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernius Coles. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Steps away to find some room. Across the 25, he's got room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Had nowhere to go with that one. Had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play.
And it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game there. Nice job by the defense dialing up the perfect coverage, taking all the downfield throws away on 3rd and long in the red zone. So nice job by the QB. You got to throw that one away. You just got to eat it. Now you have an opportunity still at a field goal.
Just drives it between the uprights. Now the lead is down to 11.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is out of the way.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We'll see if they can do it again. Wants to throw. It's Levin. Buying some time. Going to try to get it himself. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
Might be looking to run. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
The pass rush has got to do a better job with their lane integrity. You cannot let this particular quarterback with his speed flush out to the right or to the left because he's absolutely going to kill you. You've got to do a better job collapsing the pocket and forcing him to step up into the teeth of your rush.
To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. That's caught. It's Brown. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Sun Devils are on the move. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. To the air, it's Levin. Using the quick game. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Arizona State! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've got to find some answers on this drive, already down by 18 in the 2nd quarter. Completes it in the middle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Black 14.
Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Robinson. Oh, he's got some space. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Well, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Blackwell. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it and still on his feet. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Noles, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Wants to throw again. Lets it fly. Touchdown Seminole. Fit it in the window for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Florida is currently trailing in this one, but I'm old enough to remember the comeback Danny Werfel led in 1995 to beat Tennessee. So don't rule anything out here today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back to pass, it's Levin. Skips away from pressure. On the run, deep down the right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Brown has it. Breaks the tackle. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those those 5 offensive linemen.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dome. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. And the Sun Devils will call on their punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Makes the catch at the 35. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Complete to the left. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Black 18.
To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bills!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And they tack on the extra point to cut the lead to 21-17. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Got him downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going for the big play. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25 5-yard line. Quarterback making checks. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
To throw, it's Castellanos. Catch in the middle, it's Blackwell. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can't stop the clock. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. To the air. It's Levitt. Looking to scramble. Going right and going deep. He's got it on the outside. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Sun Devils will kick it away to start the second half. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's 4th down. The Knowles will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He's got great speed. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. Making its way onto the field. Give to Brown. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Sun Devils racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll keep it on the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
So 1st down in the red zone, and this crowd getting behind its defense. Looking downfield, it's Levin. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
A lot of people probably wondering with a 2-possession lead, why is this offense throwing the ball in the 2nd half? I think part of the reason is they know they can protect their quarterback. They have not allowed a sack in the entire game. And that time, the QB had all day to survey the field. He finds another completion. Give the guys up front tons of credit.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the 2nd half if you're on defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Florida is just getting dragged through the swamp today. And this fan base, who's so used to doing that gator jump, they're making other gestures today. They're trailing by 14 to Tennessee. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Finds his big tight end. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. When Bobby Bowden built this program, high-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. They get to him as he throws. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Big man has it at the 1st down and more. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Breaks into the open. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Scanning the field, it's Castellanos. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
The Seminoles had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Here we go. Ready?
Dropping back, it's Castellanos. He's got him this time. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Let's go. Set.
Off play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. The offense changing the play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Florida State! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they now trail 35-24. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Now they'll run the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Got out of trouble and throws. Fires to the tight end. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. There he goes. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
The Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Georgia Southern is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Old Dominion. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect the unexpected.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Looking for a man. It's Sperry. Got it in the middle. It's Gibson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Making side adjustments here. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Forced out of the pocket. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He makes the catch. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Wants to keep it in the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Blackwell. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Back to pass, it's Sperry. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Seminole! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And they did tack on the extra point. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hamilton. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. State has the ball They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Trying play action. Moves around to clear up the vision. Caught in the backfield, it's Udo. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical third down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here's a heat. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Looking to pass. It's Levitt. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go bumps against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Hamilton. At the 40, there he goes. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And the Sun Devils will have it 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one well.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. It's incomplete. And I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Starting to put a drive together, and after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. This time of year, when you're the higher-ranked team, you're getting everybody's best shot. And, guys, they answered the bell.
There are head coaches in this sport that say nameless, faceless opponents. You got to be able to show up. You got to be able to bring your best game to the park, regardless of who you're playing. A lot of eyes on this one, David, because of the rankings. But, man, they were easily the better team today.
Well, and I get that nameless, faceless, but when you play a ranked team, it gets your blood going. And you could tell they were ready to make a statement. Played a good squad. They made them look like they weren't a good squad, proving why they're ranked so high.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. The give and tick, 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 tick. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona State. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes.
Oh, they want the two, and the holder tries to throw for it. They wrap him up, and boy, that comes when the defense needed it the most.
Arizona State, 48. Florida State, 31.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. From inside the 15, here comes the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's Berry. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup in. A lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook. And you could see it there, and you could see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Firmly in control of this game. Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize. They get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed wanted something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop throwing the football. They've had tons of success with this game tonight so far. He's going to be able to have to bounce back from that interception.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
Ready? Break. Double, double. Monster, monster. Set.
He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Sperry. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Wants to fire on second down. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Timeout called by the offense. A mere 10 seconds to go in the game. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. To the air on first down. Looking left. Pulls it in. It's Robinson. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And after this play, the cake will be baked.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Touchdown, no! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The stats. Give to the running back. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.